A very good afternoon to all of you. This is your friend Jatin from ePathshala. Now today in this video we are going to discuss about the conditions when we call any two lines as parallel, intersecting or coincident. Now for this particular video what we are doing is we are assuming the two equations of the lines be a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. So let us study these conditions. Let the two lines be a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. Let this be the equation for line 1 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0 be the equation for line L2. Now if the lines are parallel to each other, in case if they are parallel to each other, it means a1 upon a2 will be equal to b1 upon b2 will not be equal to c1 upon c2. What will happen if these lines are coincident? Coincident means that they are one above the other like these. Now in such case, the condition will become a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is also equal to c1 upon c2. Now to differentiate between the two conditions, always remember that for the lines to be parallel, we always have the coefficients of x and y, the ratio of coefficients of x and y is always equal. They are always equal. But the ratio for the constant is not equal. Similarly, in the case of coincident lines, the ratios of the coefficients of x is equal to the ratios of coefficients of y is also equal to the ratio of the constant terms of the equation. Now, what will happen if the lines are intersecting? If the lines are intersecting, it means that they are going to have a unique solution. Unique solution means that a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. Means the coefficient of x and y and the ratios will not be equal. Now, if we are getting the solution, it means either we are getting a unique solution or we are getting infinite many solutions. We call the system to be consistent. In other words, we will say that this condition is consistent. We are going to get a consistent situation in this. This also is a consistent situation because we are getting solutions, right? Like in this case, we are getting a unique solution. Here we are getting infinite many solution. Therefore, we will call these two systems as the consistent solution. But in this case, where the lines are parallel, lines are parallel. Now, what is going to happen in these parallel lines? The situation will be inconsistent because we are getting no solution. In this case, we can also call it as a no solution. I hope the concept is clear. Let us apply these concepts with few questions. Now coming to this question, we have to find the value of a for which the pair of equations 10x plus 5y is equal to a minus 5, and the second equation is 20x plus 20y plus 10y minus a is equal to 0 has infinite many solutions. From these two equations, we can very easily say that this is 10x plus 5y is equal to a minus 5. And for the second equation, we can write it as 20x plus 10y. It is given as minus a is equal to 0. So what we are doing is we are going to shift this minus a on the right hand side and let it be a. Now, very easily we can say that we can have the values of a1 as 10, b1 as 5, and c1 as a minus 5. And for the second line, we can have value of a2 as 20, b2 as 10, and c2 as a. For infinite many solutions, it means the lines have to be coincident, means the lines are lying one over the other. So the condition for the coincident lines is that the ratio a1 upon a2 should be equal to b1 upon b2 should be equal to c1 upon c2, or we can say 10 by 20 should be equal to 5 by 10 should be equal to a minus 5 by a. Now it's very clear that this a minus 5 upon a should be equal to 2 because the lines are coincident. We can have this can be cancelled out. This can be written as 1 by 2. You can cancel either of them. Either you can take this particular part or you can take this particular part, up to you. It will be 1 by 2 only. This should be equal to a minus 5 by a. If we cross multiply it, we will have a is equal to 2a minus 10. Or we can also say this is a minus 2a is equal to minus 10, or minus a is equal to minus 10. Hence we can say that a should be equal to 10. So therefore the answer will be C part, which says a is equal to 10. Next question. Next question says that if the lines given by 3x plus 2ky is equal to 8 and 2x plus 5y minus 4 is equal to 0 are parallel, then what is the value of k? In order to find the value of k, we have to do the same thing. First of all, rearrange the values of a, b and c. Because in first equation, if you can see, it is given as is equal to 8, but here it is given as minus 4 is equal to 0. So therefore, we have to bring both the equations in a single form. So I can write this equation again as 3x plus 2ky is equal to 8. This is the first equation, and second equation will be 2x plus 5y is equal to 4. Remember, in board examinations, you have to mention what do you mean by a1, b1 and c1. Like a1 is equal to 3, b1 is equal to 2k, and c1 is equal to 8. And for the second equation, we can have a2 as 2 because this is 2 and this is 5. So therefore b2 is equal to 5 and c2 is equal to 4. The condition for parallel lines is that a1 upon a2 should be equal to b1 upon b2 should not be equal to c1 upon c2. So a1 upon a2, which will be 3 by 2 is equal to 2k by 5, and it should not be equal to 8 by 4. So let us take the first two parts only. We will have 3 by 2 is equal to 2k by 5. Cross multiplying this, we will have 4k is equal to 5 3 is 15. So k will be equal to 15 by 4. 15 by 4. This will be the option B for us. Remember, it should not be equal to 2 also. It should not be equal to 2. So if it is not coming equal to 2, the answer will be 15 by 4 only. Let us go with the next question. And it says, the value of k for which the pair of equations this and this has unique solution. Unique solution, as you all know, the condition for unique solution is a1 upon a2 should not be equal to b1 upon b2. We are not concerned about c1 upon c2. Very easily, we can see that a1 is equal to k, b1 is equal to minus 1. And for the second equation, we have a2 is equal to 6 and b2 is equal to minus 2. According to the given condition, we will have k upon 6, which says a1 upon a2, should not be equal to minus 1 by minus 2, or we can also say that this is k by 6 should not be equal to 1 by 2, or k should not be equal to 6 by 2. We can also say that this k cannot be equal to 3. Hence, the answer will be part B, which says k should not be equal to 3. Means any other value other than 3 is acceptable for this particular line to be in a unique solution. Next question for, and it says that the pair of linear equations 3x plus 2, 3x upon 2 plus 5y upon 3 is equal to 7 and 9x plus 10y is equal to 14. This is a question of CBSE 2020 first set. It says what is the condition if this is the given case. It should be consistent, inconsistent, one solution or many solutions. So let us check what is the ratio for a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2. Here a1 is given as a1 is equal to 3 by 2, b1 is given as 5 by 3 and c1 is given as 7. A2 for the second line is given as 9, b2 is given as 10, c2 is given as 14. So first of all, we are going to check what is a1 upon a2. According to this, it is 3 by 2 whole divided by 9. We can write it as 9 by 1. Hence, we can say this is 3 into 1 upon 9 into 2, which will be equal to 3 goes 3 times. We will have this as 1 by 6. So a1 upon a2 is coming out to be 1 by 6. Now let us check what is b1 by b2. For b1 by b2, we will have b1 is given as 5 by 3, b2 is given as 10. So let us write 10 by 1. We can have this as 5 into 1 by 3 into 10. This goes 2 times. We will have 1 by 6. Oh, means a1 upon a2 and b1 upon b2 are coming out to be equal. Now let us check what is for c1 upon c2. c1 by c2 is coming out to be 7 by 14, which says 1 by 2. Now examining all the conditions. We are having a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2, which is actually coming out to be 1 by 6, which is also not equal to c1 upon c2. Now, this condition is definitely not for the unique solution. One thing. Second thing, this is also not for the consistent part, because a1 upon a2 is equal to b1 upon b2 is not coming out to be c1 upon c2. For any two lines to be coincident, we have a1 by a2 not or equal to b1 by b2 is should be equal to c1 by c2. But here, this case, the third one is there, which says that the lines are parallel. And for the lines are parallel, we have no solution. We can also say that the system is inconsistent. I hope the topic is clear. We have solved few questions which are from board examinations also. If you have any doubt, you can always comment in the comment box. Thank you. Stay healthy. Stay safe.